Hey, what's happening, YouTube? This is Charles, and what do we got going today? Well, I notice on forums online, I've seen a lot of people complain about the LK-35. Also with the ALICE packs, they don't have enough padding, between the frame and the person. So I wanted to show you something that you can find. And I was shipped this last week. I haven't had any time to do any reviews or unboxing or whatever on this stuff. I'm not doing a real review. This is more just my first impressions anyway. And I don't have my ALICE pack unpacked right now. I may do another video tomorrow if I go into my crawl space where I hide probably 50% of my stuff that I don't want my wife to see. And typically what I keep down there is stuff that I'm not going to be using. I like to keep an LK-35 here. I'll keep maybe 3 or 4 other backpacks. I just cycle between different backpacks every time, and I don't want to wear out these vintage packs all at one time. But I do use them. I mean, I just don't like to put shit on the like a little war room or display case or something like that. So I actually use the stuff that I have. Even the backpack I have that is 110 years old, I still use that every once in a while. Now, because it's 110 years old, it's not as functional as something that's more modern, obviously, but I can still use it, and it's kind of cool to use it just for, I don't know, just a statement, like, yeah, whatever, I mean, I wore it when I went to what's that place called, the Federal Army and Navy surplus store in Seattle, and they're like, wow, that's like ridiculous, that's so old and it's still intact. But that's just kind of the way I am. I'm like very weird, and that's why you're watching this shit, because you like, probably your family or friends think you're fucking weird too, right? But whatever. So let's take a look at this. So let's measure this thing. So this is a pad I bought from eBay, and it's probably, you could probably order it somewhere else. This is a little pad that was $29. What's kind of cool is you see all this mesh on here. So it's supposed to help you breathe. It's got some cushion inside of here. Let's see, I'm gonna say it's about 3/8 to ½ inch thick approximately, including all this nylon webbing on here, plus the back of it is just like a solid nylon. You've got these Velcro loops on here, and so let's measure this thing. This thing is only 10 1/4 wide, or I guess length. Width is still only about the same, about 10 1/4. So this is a perfect square. What this will do is, and I've seen this on a lot of forums, say the LK-35, it's not comfortable. Oh gee, these little bands here just don't give me any comfort or something like that. I mean, I can understand that. I've got a wider shoulder blades than a lot of people, just the way I'm built, right? And so maybe these are hurting on there or on their back or the rib cage or something like that. What's great about this is actually made for an ALICE pack, but we know that ALICE packs and their frames are about the same dimensions is this. Most of the ALICE packs are about a 12-inch wide. You know, this one's measuring at, you know, 12.5 inches wide on the outside dimensions. Yeah, it's going to be around, yeah, it's 12 feet if we're looking at the center of these things. So that's why this thing works, you know, with multiple things. Anything that's set up for an ALICE pack, you know, like the USMC rucksack, you know, that's gonna work. This is gonna work with it. Gosh, I'm gonna have to unbury my extra frame, the 1606 AC frame. This original frame for my USMC pack, or also known as the Philby pack. But this is kind of cool because, you know, I can use this with that frame, and then I can use that frame with some straps and with my Source 20-liter pack if I want to have a frame on that, which I do, you know, because I can carry that 20-liter pack without a frame. But I'm such a sweat hog, you know, it's like I need some kind of frame on there. When I do that though, with just some straps and that frame, there's no cushion on there like you would get from an ALICE pack or something like that, or if you had the Hellcat mod from the what do they call that? Jesus, I can't think. The MALICE 2 straps that have the pad. Okay, so when there's no pad on this frame, you know, with the ALICE or the MALICE frames, you know, you don't have any cushion at all. So this makes sense, and this would work with it. Yeah, it is olive color. I don't think they make it in a different color, but you haven't looked that deeply. But that's against your back, so who gives a fuck until you take it off, right? So whatever. But let's take a closer look at this. And so like I said, I think I'll probably just do another video, and I'll actually show an ALICE pack once I unbury that and show you how this works with it. It's supposed to work with it, correct? Let's take a look at these straps on the back. So since I don't have my ALICE pack or frame, I'm thinking that this here in the middle is supposed to go to, you know, one of these crossbars on the pack to give you some extra strength there, as well as attaching these to the top of or the bottom of the ALICE pack frame. Because this is made for the ALICE pack, doesn't necessarily fit the LK-35 that well. But if you just go sideways with this, now it fits onto your LK-35. Okay, genius, right? Now, obviously, I'm not a genius if you've been watching my videos, but this works. I just showed that to you. So let's take a look at this thing. So you got this nylon backing on here. You've got these Velcro fasteners on the top, bottom, and the middle. You've got this breathable mesh, and then I'm not sure what type of foam is in there, but you know, it seems like it's decent. I think for $29.99 on eBay, this thing's good. I'll try to look it up and put it on my post. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly which seller has these, or if you can find them, you know, if you're going to look it up on Google or something like that. But I will put that information on there when I post this. So that's a great idea here. If you don't have that padding that you want on an ALICE, on this, or something that's similar to an ALICE, you know, with a 12 to 13 inch wide frame, this thing's the deal for you. And I don't actually need this. Actually, I like the way that these things are on here. I kind of did it more for this review. And then I guess the main thing that this will help me with is if I want to have that source 20 liter the water tank. This will be great with that 1606. And I wish I will try to unbury that too and do a video with it, just to show you that this can work on that as well. And that's about all I have. Well, no, let's go a little bit more. Okay, so I've got this Rothco belt, and so what I did with this Rothco belt is that I modified it. It's got all these sleeves inside of here. They're about 4 inches wide. Maybe it's only 2.5 or 3. Regardless, I cut up my LC2 belt so that I could fit it inside of this padded utility belt, which also has MALICE on here as well, or PALS, whatever you want to call it. Regardless, that LC2 or LC1 belt will work on this. So I've got that adapter here, so you can tighten this, blah blah blah. And you can attach this to an LK-35. You can do it onto an ALICE pack. Just about any framed backpack that's somewhere between, you know, let's say 10 to 13 inches wide on the frame. This thing, I even use this on my USMC assault pack from, you know, the Philby assault pack. So you can actually put this on there, so you've got like a padded thing, and you can fill that thing up. I mean, because that thing is still going to be, you know, about a 35-40 liter pack. And if you want to have all that weight onto your waist, you can still attach this on there. And maybe I'll show you guys how to do that as well. But if you guys have some kind of questions or comments, I will try to answer as soon as I can. I've been trying to use my tripod because I've had quite a lot of complaints from my older videos, and maybe I will do some of my older videos using tripods. You don't have to watch me go like, hey, take a look at this, I'm getting dizzy and things like that. So I apologize for that. I mean, I'm not trying to make a lot of money on it. Not really trying to make any money. I'm just trying to show you guys some of the stuff you can do with all this vintage crap. A lot of my things are things you don't see anywhere else, because, you know, people are always showing you whatever the current stuff is or whatever like that. But there is a place for all this vintage items, and so you might as well enjoy it. If there's something you can do to improve it and make it better, why not? You guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later.